everyone, and welcome back to my channel. For this week's video, I have created this makeup look that you see right here, and I figured that with the holidays quickly approaching, this might be a good look for maybe Thanksgiving dinner, maybe a company Christmas party, or even a hot date. But it has a little bit of gold shimmery tones, both in the eyes and also the highlight, then the dark vampy lip, and I just figured it would be a very nice glam look to rock this holiday season. If you're interested in looking at how I created this look, keep on watching.
Starting with a clean face, we'll begin our makeup. First up is my L'Oreal Lumi Magique Pure Light Primer, and I'm going to take one pump of this and I'm going to concentrate it on the high points of my face where I want light to reflect the most. This is going to give me a dewy finish when it's combined with my foundation, and so I'm just going to put this on to my cheekbones, a little bit on my forehead, right under where a contour color would go, and I'm just gonna blend this in with a Real Techniques beauty blender. You can use your fingers. I just wanted to concentrate the primer right again on the high points of my face where I want light to be reflected, and I didn't want to get any on my nose because I don't want to look oily. For foundation, I'm going to be using my Chanel Perfection Lumier. This foundation is amazing for people who have a little bit of dry skin, but works very well for people who are also combination oily. So with one pump, I'm going to take a Real Techniques foundation brush and I'm going to paint this all over my face. Afterwards, I'm going to go in with a Real Techniques beauty blender and I'm going to blend this foundation into my skin. Remember that if you want that flawless finish of skin but better, make sure that you take your time in the blending process. Get that foundation to sink right into your skin, and do not neglect your neck when using foundation. Moving on to concealer, I'm using the Chanel Correction Perfector. This is a very lightweight concealer, but it is still very creamy and it does brighten the under eye area a bit. So I'm going to be using that in like a triangular motion underneath my eyes. I'm going to take it down my forehead, down my nose, across my forehead, right over the Cupid's bow, along the sides of my nose, and right under where a contour color would go, just to brighten up the face a bit. Then take your Real Techniques beauty blender or any beauty blender that you have at hand and go ahead and blend that in under your eye. As you'll see, I am taking the motions from the inner corner of the eye to the outer, and then I go right back in so that I have no creasing. Make sure that you blend the rest of the concealer into the skin. The combination of these products are going to give your skin a dewy finish, so just go ahead and air out your face for about a second. I took this opportunity to fill in my brows, and I'm using the Anastacia Tinted Brow Gel in Brunette. I'm just going to follow that along the natural shape of my brows. I don't want them to be too defined, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this with a light hand. Next up, I'm going to be using the MAC Brow Pencil. I can't even tell the color anymore because it's worn off. I had this for so long, so I do apologize about that. I'll try to find the information and link it below. But I'm just going to use small hair-like strokes to define my brow just a little bit more. I don't want it to be crazy dark or anything, so again, very light-handed. Next up is my powder. I'm going to set my concealer and also my foundation. This is the Bourjois Healthy Balance Powder, and I'm only going to use this on my nose, underneath my eyes where I put on the concealer, a little bit on my forehead, and also right below my cheek area where I put some concealer as well. Powder well so that you avoid creasing and any shine. Moving on to my eyes, I'm going to prime them with the MAC paintpot in Rubinesque. I just dip my finger lightly into the product, apply it all over my eyelids, and this is going to make sure that my eyeshadow does not crease or budge. Using a Zoeva blending brush, I'm going to lay down my transition color, and that is going to be Makeup Geek's Creme Brulee. Using windshield wiper motions, and when I get to the outside of my crease, I'm going to use circular motions so that I give that crease a nice shape, and I'm going to take that just a bit above the crease as well so that when I lay other colors on top, they blend very nicely into this one. With the same brush, I'm going to go in with Cocoa Bear, and now this is really going to define my crease. Again, in circular motions on the outside of the eye, bringing that into the crease, and again, shaping the eye into that like almond looking effect. So make sure that you blend those colors in while also defining your crease line. Here you can see the almond shape eye effect that I was telling you about, and as we lay down more colors, you will see that become more defined. With a clean blending brush, this one's a Real Technique ones, I'm just going to blend those two colors that I've laid down really seamlessly. Using a Zoeva Petit crease brush, I'm taking Makeup Geek's Mocha, and I'm going to concentrate that in the outer corner of my eye. So this is going to darken everything significantly, but not enough that it becomes very overpowering. I wanted to make this makeup look appropriate for daytime or nighttime, but if you're geared a little bit more towards that nighttime glam look, make sure to darken out the outer corner of your eye much more than I have. I also didn't want to go too dark because I am going to be using a berry colored vampy lip, and I wanted to balance out the look without having the eyes overpower the lips or vice versa. Now with a clean blending brush, this one's by Real Techniques, I'm going to blend everything out so I have no harsh lines. With a shading brush, I'm now going in with Makeup Geek's Glamorous Eyeshadow, and I'm going to lay that down in the first 3/4 of my lid. Concentrate that color in the inner corner as well. I'm going back in with that blending brush, no additional products on my brush, and I'm just going to blend all those colors in so I have no harsh lines. Now with a pencil brush, I'm going to take Makeup Geek's Cocoa Bear, and I'm going to put that in the bottom lash line. I wanted to intensify the eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and take this color, brush it all the way in the bottom of my lash line to give it a little bit more of a smoky effect. And then I'm taking Makeup Geek's Mocha, and I'm going to repeat this process, blending it in with the color I've already laid down, and again intensifying the bottom lash line. Then take a blending brush and blend those colors together seamlessly. Now I'm using Makeup Geek's Shimma, and I'm going to use that underneath my brow line just to give it a soft highlight. You can go a long way with this color, so make sure that you blend that in and then also use your finger to blend if you need. Now for my eyeliner, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Superliner Perfect Slim Intense Black. Wow, that was a mouthful. But yeah, I'm going to just do a cat eye. I'm going to make it a little bit thick just because that's my preference. You can adjust it to whatever way you like. And now I'm just going to make the little tail that's going to begin my cat eye. Bring that up and then bring that back and shade whatever else is in that little triangle shape. Take your time with this step, guys, so you end up with even flicks on the cat eye. Because I'm using false lashes in this look, I'm just going to coat my lashes with mascara, and I use the Faced Lashgasm both on the top and bottom lashes. So I went with the Tanya Burr Cosmetics Perfect Lady Lashes. They looked really nice. I hadn't used her lashes before and I wanted to give it a go. It ended up being really, really nice in this look. They weren't the easiest to apply, but that's just because I'm kind of new to false lashes anyway, so it did take me a little bit longer, but I finally got the hang of it. And of course, I lost my tweezers, so I had to do it the hard way. Anyways, I'm just going to put a little bit more mascara so that I blend my real lashes to the fake ones. Also, just take a little bit more liner so you make sure to cover the lash line. For bronzer, I am going to be using the Bourjois Chocolate Bronzer, which is one of my favorite bronzers ever. And with a big fluffy brush, I am just going to bronze my face, my forehead, and my cheekbones. Also, I'm going to take that underneath the jawline very subtly to contour and slim the face a little bit more. And don't forget your neck, guys. This next step is optional, but I'm going to do it just because I prefer to. I'm using that same bronzer to contour my nose and make it look slimmer. For my blush, I'm using Sleek Cosmetics blush in Antique, and it's a beautiful, beautiful color, guys. Very subtle, but it also gives this nice glow, this nice color to your cheeks. And I'm going to apply a little bit of that on my cheeks, a little bit on my forehead, down my nose, and a little bit on my chin. Next up, highlight. I'm using MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Gold Deposit. I absolutely love this highlight. So I'm going to take that with a small, this is actually a blending brush that I use for highlight. So I'm going to take that to the high points of my face where I want the light to be reflected the most. And that is on my cheekbones, and using kind of like a C motion, I'm going to bring that up above my brow, underneath my brow line, so that I intensify that highlight, on my cupid's bow, underneath my lip, and just along the bridge of my nose, so it makes it look slimmer as well. Blend that in with your finger. Okay, moving on to lips, I'm using L'Oreal Lip Liner Couture in Intense Plum. This is a very creamy lip pencil, and I elected it because it's not drying at all, and because I'm going with a matte lipstick over top, it's going to make it last a lot longer, and the colors are very similar, so it would go together perfectly. Here, I'm just lining my lips. I'm not overlining. I'm just following the natural line of my lips. And now I'll just fill in the rest of my lips before I go in with lipstick. For the last step, I'm going with Mary Kay's Black Cherry Lipstick, and I'm going to place that all over the lip liner and also where I filled in my lips with that liner. This is a really nice matte shade that's not drying, and I think that it's absolutely beautiful for fall and also for winter. Now that we're done, I'm just going to bring my crazy hair down, give it a nice little zhuzh, and that is it, guys. This is the final makeup look.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope that you've enjoyed this makeup look. And if you decide to recreate it, please make sure to use hashtag #WhatRachelSaid and tag me into any of my social media platforms. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. I have videos coming to you every single Sunday. Like and share this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye!